What's up, guys? Welcome to Money Paradise, where we don't just dream about our happy place, we create it. My name is Cody Garcia, and today's video, this is the first video of my channel actually. I wanted to talk about the topic of knowing your why. What does that mean? For me, that means, why did I choose to invest in cryptocurrency? Why did I choose to become an investor to begin with? What were my reasons behind all that? Speaking from my experience, when I first started looking into like investing in 401ks and Roth IRAs and eventually cryptocurrency, I was in a 9 to 5 kind of job that definitely felt like a dead end. Like I felt like I moved up as high as I could go. I was climbing the corporate ladder, just chasing the next raise, chasing the next promotion. Because in my mindset at the time, the only way to get more money was to get a promotion. I would work harder, than most people. I would show up early, I'd stay late, I'd do extra work, I'd take on other people's, work, like all these different things to just set myself up for that promotion, to really like go into the boss's office and justify my worth, my value. And so after a while, that just wasn't working for me. I was running my mental health and my physical health, I was running it into the ground. I had a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety that built up. I definitely had my share of panic attacks at the job, at home. Went to the ER a couple of times, because of it, because I think I'm having a heart attack. This is the big one, Scary stuff, right? That's when I started looking for a way out at that point. I started looking at investing as a way to build wealth outside of what I could do on my own with this job that I was working, between 40 and 60 hours a week. It was, it took its toll on me. And I figured, well, if I put some money aside out of these paychecks, because I'm for damn sure getting enough overtime throughout the week to be able to have some money on the side for something like an investment, I could start looking at different ways of investing that extra money. And so at the time, that was my main focus. That was my main why, was finding a way out of that 9 to 5 job through investing. When I found cryptocurrency, this was at the height of the 2021 bull run. So the prices were at pretty close to the top, if not already at the top. And that's when I first got into some of the early projects I invested in, which were like Avalanche, Shiba Inu. I haven't even really focused on like the main cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. I don't know how I discovered crypto. I still to this day can't really remember. It just kind of started popping up in my YouTube feed. And knowing now what I do about the cycles of crypto and how crypto influencers have their own kind of cycles in terms of when they start showing up in people's algorithms, it's usually right around the bull run, when the market's already on its way up, and all of a sudden you start seeing these influencers saying, buy this project now, it's still going up, you can make a lot of money just like I did, or someone made 7 figures off of this one project and it's still under $1. Things like that were very enticing to me, and probably for quite quite a few people out there probably saw something like Shiba Inu and thought, yeah, it wouldn't take that much for me to be a millionaire if I just put in like 50 or $100. So that's what I started looking into. Of course, keep in mind, I started putting money into the market at the very top. And so not long after those initial investments, that's when the market started to go down. That was it. It was the end. Towards the tail end of 21, that was pretty much as good as it was going to get in that bull run. So started watching the market go down, and my optimism, was still pretty high. But it definitely was frustrating to come to work to a job that I was looking for an excuse to get out every single time. I wasn't trying to get fired, but I was definitely not motivated to keep doing the level of work that I was doing up until that point. I was trying to be more relaxed about how I was going about that job. Meanwhile, I was looking on my phone while on the clock, checking the prices of my investments, watching it go down and down and down. But at the same time, I had something outside of my job that was motivating to me, because cryptocurrency, the technology, all these different projects that were being developed all at once is very enticing and exciting to me. It was definitely something brand new to me to explore and to learn about, because that's something that I really do enjoy, is really diving into research on something. I really love to read the articles, follow the projects, follow the development of things. And so, getting back to my why, after a while, once we're in the depths of the bull run, and at that point, my why hadn't really changed, because I was still looking to my investments as the way out. I saw crypto as a way to build wealth in a way that I would never be able to do on my own, because I was in healthcare for a long time, and I just thought, well, I don't think I could make the amount of money that something like investing in, crypto, the potential there would be far greater than the amount of money I could make at that job. And so I clung to that even through the bear market. Eventually, I quit that job in order for my wife to go full-time in her career. And that was initially it was a rough transition, because I was used to being the breadwinner and the one that held down the paycheck. I brought home the paycheck to cover all the bills, and we didn't really have to worry about money, and that was good. But at the same time, I was still mentally thinking like, well, we still want to buy a house, and we want to, start a family. And so our lifestyle really doesn't move us any closer to that. It just gets us by, being able to pay the rent and the groceries and the utilities and stuff, and just doing that month in and month out for years on end. That felt like a cycle that I wanted to break. I wanted to do more than just pay the bills. I wanted to be able to see the world, travel, experience new places, meet new people, from different cultures, and kind of just get more experience in life, and also obviously share that with my wife. And so my why, in terms of why I invested in crypto, started to develop more in towards that, where it was more about using that money to really build a financial foundation that would keep us above a lot of the issues that many people that struggle, with income, experience. People that live paycheck to paycheck, they're not thinking about investing. They're not thinking about saving money because they really can't afford to. They have just enough to pay the bills, to pay the utilities, the rent, all that stuff, put food on the table. And that's a pretty shitty experience to have, And a lot of people are dealing with that right now, have been for a long time. And so for me, I thought crypto, I still do, just to clarify, that crypto is the way out of that hamster wheel, if you will, to break that cycle of not having the peace of mind required in order to really live your life. And so that's my why these days, is I'm seeking peace of mind wherever I can. And when it comes to finances, being able to have enough money to cover the bills and not worry about, how we're going to pay to keep a roof over our head or food on the table, that's the first kind of level of my why, being able to use that crypto for those purposes so that we don't have to worry about. That was my wife. She just sneezed. It's okay, honey. I'll probably keep that in. I don't care. This is a new channel after all, and this is my first video, so it's kind of it's kind of a cool experience to try putting content out, because I never really considered myself someone that would start a YouTube channel. I mean, I can definitely remember times I know I'm going off track, but it's my channel, so I guess I can go off track if I want. My wife had a early YouTube channel where she vlogged a lot, and when we first started dating, she would vlog while we were, dating. We would go out or we would go shopping, and she'd have her little camcorder, whatever it's called, kind of pointed right at me sometimes, asking me questions or wanted me to talk, and that was hell. I didn't like that. I don't know what it was. I think I just didn't like the way I looked on camera for some reason, because I wasn't in the best of health back then. I wasn't eating the healthiest food. I wasn't really exercising, so it kind of showed, to be frank. So yeah, I definitely didn't like the experience of having a camera in my face whenever I was trying to go to Target or the mall or through the drive-thru.
Sorry.
Yeah, but that's fine now. Now it's okay. The only reason I'm recording this and not filming it is because I'm still figuring out my setup. I don't really have a setup per se. So this video is, unique, and hopefully I'll get to a point where I'm actually filming myself talking, because it might be better in the long run to have, a face to the channel. I thought about a faceless YouTube channel, and it's, pros and cons, but we'll see how it goes down the line. But getting back on track to what we were talking about before, my why has never really changed. It's definitely grown and adapted through the months and years of this bear market. But ultimately, my why for why I invest in cryptocurrency remains the same. I want to take care of my family with it. I want us to be able to experience the world, on a grander scale. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to eat eat good food, eat food when we travel, not just like go to like Japan and then eat McDonald's. Like, what the hell is that? Like, for me, it's like, if I'm going to Portugal, if I'm going to uh, France or Japan or South America, like, I want to try the food there, the local food, and get that experience for myself so I can actually have that experience and not hear someone else talk about it. I want to be able to talk about those experiences. The next layer on top of that is that I don't ever want to stop investing. I see myself as a lifelong investor now. That's, for me, the clearest path forward in my life that I can see compared to anything else. Because working a 9 to 5, I did it for a long time. In one job, I was in one place for 12 years. And it's still crazy to me to think that I spent that long in the same company, moving around departments and all that stuff. It's still crazy to me that I stayed in that setting for so long. But, hey, it paid the bills. It provided quite a many things for me and my family. You know what I mean? So I'm still grateful to have had that job for as long as I did, because I know a lot of people that weren't so lucky, through the recessions and obviously the pandemic. I mean, that definitely was a blessing to have a job during that time and not be worried about where the next, paycheck is coming from. So I see myself as a lifelong investor, and so as part of my reasons why I invest is because I want to invest in people. I want to invest in people's dreams, goals. People have projects that when they talk about it, you can see it in their eyes how passionate they are about what they want to do with these projects, with these these labors of love, and it's awesome to be a part of those things. It's awesome to help people get those projects off the ground and bring them to fruition, so that for me is something that I always want to be someone who can help those that they just need, a little boost. That's it. It's like, for example, like if someone wants to throw like an event, but they don't have the money to buy the space, the venue, and they know if all they had was the space to do it, that it would be successful, that they would be able to actually bring people there and have that experience, and all it took was, a few $100s, to them, that would mean the world. It would mean the world to them to have that, and for an investor to be able to provide that and also see the benefit in it, because you're not just making a decision in terms of profitability, right? I'm investing in the person too, and I'm investing in the community that they will, be bringing forward with that. So going forward for me, that's something that I definitely plan on expanding going forward, when I'm able to take profits with my investments in the, coming months through, this bull run that we're now beginning to experience. I am looking forward to being able to do that. And I can't tell you how exciting that is, because it's awesome to be able to go to these events that people plan, like events that my wife's planned with, people in her community. Those things are life-changing, life-altering experiences, like being around like-minded individuals is great, but when you're actually amongst people that you don't normally talk to, you don't normally know where they're coming from, but you finally get to get an inside look on how they operate, what their mindset is. It's absolutely necessary for anyone to be able to step outside your comfort zone and go to those things. And I think there's opportunity in those types of events. So that's something that I, can't wait to invest in and pursue, and obviously be a part of those communities going forward. So to basically summarize, like, knowing your why is crucial going forward. If you invest in crypto, if you invest in anything, real estate, stocks, whatever, you got to have your why. And it's definitely got to be more than just making money. Like for me, I was very money driven throughout my years of working that job and early on with crypto. It was strictly, I need enough money to quit this job so that I don't have to work again. But then I started to realize, well, I want to do stuff. I want to work, but just not that way. I don't want a boss. I don't want the office politics and the bureaucracy, that's a part of that, kind of life, that kind of world. But I still want to work on things. I still want to work with people, and that's something that I've definitely had to really kind of address head on. How I look at people is totally different now versus then. So that knowing my why really started shifting things for me in all aspects. How I approach money, people, situations, all these things have been changed in a permanent way for me. And I feel like I'm still in that process. So it's good. So going forward, for anyone in this space, knowing your why, that's your compass. That keeps you steady, because there's going to be so many things thrown at us in the coming days, weeks, months, years, that are definitely meant to distract us, definitely meant to instill specific emotions, particularly fear and doubt. And so bull markets are exciting times, but very chaotic times too, because you never know where the top is. You don't know if when you sell, is it going to keep going higher, or did you make the right choice? So it's like, you got to have that compass. You got to have your plan. And knowing your why going forward when you're investing in these projects and investments, that's going to help you really weather the storm, because again, it's chaotic these times, and it's okay that the chaos is part of the experience. It's okay that that's happening. It's a part of it. Embrace it, right? I'm embracing it. I hope you do too. As crazy as it sounds, it's very counterintuitive to say, oh, I'm embracing this craziness and chaos. I don't welcome it. I don't wish for it. But I take the world as it comes. And I think that's the best way to go. It's like, I can't change what the world's going to do tomorrow. All I can do is hope that I get another day to experience whatever the world is going to throw at me. That's part of the experience of life, right? So just to cap everything off, know your why, figure out your plan, what you're going to do with those profits, with that money. Stick to your strategy. Don't doubt yourself in those moments. If you're doing the research, if you have your plan and you execute it, exactly the way you wanted to, then you can't feel bad about it, you know? And maybe you didn't research things enough when you sold, you know? That might happen. It happened to me. I sold things at a loss, not too long ago because uh, I got tired of looking at the chart, and that was part of it. Was I was looking at the chart every day. I wasn't just zooming out, gaining that perspective and kind of remembering my why, you know? In retrospect, I could have just held on to those coins and rode it out until where we're at today, where we're now on the edge of a new bull run, But during those chaotic times, you can get emotional, and those emotions will, if you let them, they will dictate decisions that afterwards you will probably regret, because you weren't making those decisions based off of your plan. You were making those decisions based off of your feelings and your emotions. So I hope this video was helpful. I know I'm supposed to say, if you did find this valuable, like and subscribe. It's the first video, so I doubt, anyone will see it anytime soon. But if someone does see this video, and if they do find it valuable and informative, yes, like and subscribe, and, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys out there, because I definitely want to do more of these kinds of videos. I definitely don't see myself as like a crypto influencer or a crypto channel, but I definitely like to talk about crypto. So if you guys have any ideas or suggestions about, videos going forward, I'm definitely open to that, and I can definitely talk on those topics that you suggest, because yeah, I have a few ideas lined up for future videos, but after that, I think everything will be kind of off the cuff. I follow a channel called the Staple Crew with Alan and Brent Staple, and a lot of Alan's videos are very much off the cuff. There's no script, there's no storyboard there, and I kind of like that style. He has a general topic in mind that he wants to talk about, and then he kind of just goes in. So anyways, I'm going to end the video now. So it was awesome to talk today with you guys, and talk to you soon. Bye now.